We're going live on Skills Not Pills. I'm so excited for you guys to join us on Skills Not Pills movement. As you know, Skills Not Pills movement is an oasis of hope and inspiration where you can learn self-mastery skills and become your own health CEO. It is a community of like-minded people who know that healing and total transformation are possible because we have claimed our own cures. Check out our free live event coming up on Monday, September 10th for our new membership program. This live event is called Dare to Believe You Can Heal, and you can sign up for this free event, and there's going to be prizes on the call, so you want to be live for it. So sign up at our website, skillsnotpillsmovement.com. That's skillsnotpillsmovement.com. You can put your email in and sign up for the event, and you'll get notifications and reminders to attend and the details for the call. So looking forward to today's conversation. Welcome, Dave Perrego. Thanks for being on.
Good morning, Carrie.
Hi. So yeah, that's right. I'm Carrie Hummingbird. I forgot to mention myself. Carrie Hummingbird, host of Skills Not Pills, founder of Skills Not Pills Movement. So Dave is here. We're going to talk about a really timely topic in our society right now. Opioids. Oh my gosh. Pain medication. Such an important topic right now. We're going to talk about this. No one is immune, hooked on prescription drugs. So Dave is from the Tampa Bay area, and he's the author of a new book, Cartwheels in the Parking Lot, which is really new for him since he's been hooked on prescription drugs for decades in his life. Every aspect of his life was impacted by the desperation, confusion, and frustration that simply becomes the normal reality when life is dominated by drugs. So he wrote the Cartwheels in the Parking Lot to educate people considering pain medication and other drugs about the hidden truth behind the reliance to prescription medications. And he says no one is immune, and the drugs themselves mask the dependence as one travels from freedom of choice to addiction. So what a timely topic. Thank you for being brave and coming out and talking about this, Dave. So let me know a little bit about your story. You know, we're meeting you for the first time. A lot of people, you know, you're emerging on the scene as somebody talking about this. So tell us your experience. Tell us, how did you get on those pain medications to begin with?
Well, in February of 1997, I injured my back pretty severely. I was working for the Department of Army, and the people around me heard my back snap. I didn't hear it, but they did. And it was a long ride downhill from there. It was 20 years before they corrected the situation. I was not a surgical candidate. It was L4 and 5, and everything around it was just trashed. And in 2017, they implanted a spine stimulator put together by Stimulate. And during that 20 years, it's been quite a ride. Prescription drugs were just a part of the scenery. I couldn't get out of bed without them. So every time I stood up, I re-injured the back. And I thought it was just normal to take these things. And it wasn't until I got away from them that I realized the damage that had taken place as a result of it. 20 years of use of it, it's a long time. So today, I wear this. It's a device that's wired to electrodes in my back, and it halts the pain. The back is still injured, and I don't care. So that's my story, a little bit of it. I'd like to convey that to your listeners. I didn't see the wreckage and the damage and the carnage in my life until I got away from the drugs, and that took 20 years. And there's huge gaps. I remember events of the time that I was on drugs, but there's huge gaps where I just don't remember the times. I remember the events. I built a house, I had a house built, and contractors built it. And I only remember bits and pieces of that whole experience. It took 9 months. It was every day there was a little new, and I don't. So it's been quite a ride, and I didn't have any idea that the drugs were doing this to me.
Wow. And so, you know, when you're in a lot of pain, anybody that's ever had back pain knows like how challenging that is to have something with your back that hurts, that, you know, because your back is so important for navigation, you know, just to move around, do anything, even if you're just sitting, like your back is key. And when your back is injured, you know, you can already be in a lot of pain. And when you're in pain, it's hard to think, right? It's hard to It's hard to be nice. It's hard to
be nice. That's a good answer.
you know, it's hard to
But therein lies it's deceptive. The pain pills are there to halt the pain, and we think that that's where their job ends. No. The pain pills affect everything you do, from your interpersonal relationship with people to your ability to remember what it reflects on every area of life, and we don't look at it as a user. Well, this halted the pain for long enough for me to do this and that. Driving your car, for example, I had to be very judicious about where I drove the car. Is it too far? Is it during rush hour? I don't want to get in a wreck and have them take a you're thinking about these things all the time as a user, and it just becomes a part of life. And that's where the damage comes in. And
well, what's it like? I mean, because I've been on, let's say I had a C-section with both of my boys, and so I was on pain medication, right? Because you kind of needed to be on it after a C-section. And so I know that I felt personally, I felt just so bloated on them and tired, and like my brain felt fuzzy. Like it was hard to think. What was your experience of being on them? Like, what's the effect from the inside of being long-term usage of these pain pills?
Apathy. You just don't care. You do what you have to do to get through life, and you really don't care whose toes you step on. And that was what I went through. Pain pills have got their place in society. If you're, for instance, with your C-section, or maybe some dental work, maybe some orthopedic work, but always take them with an exit strategy. I'm going to take 10 pain pills over a course of 5 days. Fine. At the end of 5 days, you put them down. They have a place. It's not that I'm anti-pain pill. I'm not. I'm anti-addiction. I know what it was like to go through the process of, see, just like every other user, hey, I'm a pretty smart guy. I'm taking less than the recommended dose, so I can't be addicted. What a lie from hell. So anyway, that was part of my thinking. No, I was full-blown addicted, and I didn't know. And I lied to myself saying, oh, well, I'm under the prescribed dosage, therefore I can't be addicted. 20 years? Couldn't stop taking them. So yeah, take pain pills when they're needed, but take them with an exit strategy. Because if you don't, they will do what they did to me, and they'll go your life. You don't want that. So
yeah. So what was the effect on your relationships because of the pills?
Well, you got two choices. You can have the pills, or you can have a relationship, but you can't have both.
And so, okay, so why is that? What is it doing to you that prevents you from having a good relationship?
Half and full duplex communication. Half duplex. I'm talking to you. Well, I'm only going to convey about half of what I intend to convey because of the pills. And when you answer, I'm only going to hear about half of what you want to convey, and that's going to be distorted. There is no communication. It's taken up by the pills. The user thinks that there is. The user thinks that and it's a lie. There's more of a deception. Pain pills are all about deception. They lie to your mind. They numb your mind, and it's not that they kill the pain. It's that they numb your mind.
Yeah. Oh, I love that you just said that. It's not that they kill the pain. It's that they numb your mind. That is the exact experience I had of the antidepressants, is that they kind of put me behind a glass wall to perceiving the world or perceiving even my experience. It's a strange concept, right? Like you're inside your body behind a glass wall. So you're behind a glass wall with the rest of the world, and you're behind a glass wall to yourself. So almost like you can't feel the emotional pain that's going on.
Well, that's
not that it's not still there. It's still there.
Right. Carry that on for a while, and that begins to look normal. That's what pain pills do.
Yeah, so you're walking around and you addicted, because what happens if you don't take those pain pills for a day? You feel everything, right?
Oh, and not only that, your mood just you're ready to kill. Just a form of life. It's terrible. So, in fact, after taking the pain pills, I had to ramp down, and that took about 3 weeks, about 9, before I could get off of the pain pills. So it took 3 weeks, and I ramped down a little less each day. And I'm going to tell you, the withdrawal process was just, it's like having the flu with all of your joints feeling like they're out of place. You're sweating and freezing. raising all at the same time. This went on for a while. And the worst part about it was that for the next 4 months, I had very little what happened. I can remember events, but I don't remember that time.
So you had very poor memory following taking the pills. And did you have very poor memory while you were taking the pills as well?
Yes. The events really didn't sink in. Your analogy of being behind the glass wall was a very good one. The events of life, just life in general, didn't really sink in. You lived them, you went through them, you participated.
But you're kind of like a walking zombie, right? Like
one step, yeah.
Yeah.
Tells to know what's going on. Yeah, to some extent, you're absolutely right.
And then when you want to get off the ride, like it's like you've got a taper, but all the old stuff, for me anyway, I don't know about the pain, so I'm asking you, but with the emotional stuff, like as soon as I started weaning off the pills, all the emotional energy would come up. So I tried to get off of them several times over the 13 years I was on them. Like I tried to get off several times, and every time I experienced while I was in my same relationship was like I would cry. Like I would cry. I couldn't stop crying every time I tried to go off of them. So then I'd be like, well, I can't be like this around my kids. I can't be crying all the time. So then I would go get on another one. So then they put me on something different, right? So there was like this until the very end when I finally had left my marriage and really started making a life that actually authentically made me happy. Then I was able to get off of them because there wasn't that, I wasn't still in the conditions that were causing suffering, right? So what about you? Like as you started tapering, you're saying that you were in a lot of pain, that you were actually going through so much pain that you were feeling angry. Like when you say like ready to kill, like I imagine you had this instant rage inside of you.
Yeah, it was put it away and or take a pain pill. Now in my case, when they implanted the electrodes in my back to stimulate the pain went away. The nerves were deadened, and the injury's still there. I don't care. So I had the ability to walk away from the pain pills on a rational basis. Had it not been for this, I'd still be on them.
Because it's overwhelming, because the internal conditions of getting off the pills are so overwhelming that you've got to stay on them. Like you can't get off of them.
Well, that and the pain was still prevalent. The injury was still pronounced. So when the injury became manageable, that was when I got away from it. And that was September of last year, September 17th.
And so I'm curious, did you ever try any alternative healing like chiropractic or things like that?
Oh, my second mailing address was a chiropractor's office.
I bet.
That was just to manage what I had. But yeah, we tried, I tried acupuncture, all types of stuff. And none of it worked.
Yeah, because you're on your journey. So this is, Dave, this is what we're trying to do in Skills Not Pills movement, right? Is we're trying to say, listen, become your own health CEO, because your solution is going to be totally unique to you. It's going to be different than anybody else who ever did it. And you're going to have to find your own solution, right? So you had to walk this journey where you went to alternative healing too. You went to chiropractic, you went to acupuncture, you tried, what else did you try? And that didn't work for you.
For me, it didn't work. And I continued to go back to the chemical solutions. But that's just it. And I think you just hit it, Gary. You're right on the money. There are solutions. And in my case, I didn't find one that fit with my problem. And I asked orthopedic surgeons, chiropractors, anybody I could find to ask. I asked them. And I wasn't able to find something until my surgeon introduced this stimulator. But there are so many of them out there that unless you explored them all, and I probably would have continued my search had I not found this kind of stimulator. And I bet I would have found something that, this is late August of 18, and I would have found something from September until August that would have alleviated the pain, even a little bit. At least it's a step in the right direction. But once again, if I have to take painkillers, I'm going to take them with an exit strategy. This is how many I'm going to take over this period of time, this concentration. Because if you don't, it just eats up your life.
And your doctors, they weren't kind of cautioning you about taking pain medications for decades?
They had no alternatives. I'd say, what can we do different? different than this? What injections? I don't care. What can we do different? There's a morphine pain pump that drips directly on the injury. I haven't looked into that.
So you said you looked into that, though.
Oh, yeah.
You're the one who became your own health CEO, and you looked into that. But your doctors were like, well, we just have this pill solution, and that's it. They didn't
advise it. They didn't have any faith in it. They had the records. I didn't. And they didn't have any faith in it at the time, at least not for my injury. So they did not recommend it because of that. But I wanted to find something. And that's the other thing. When you're on the pain pills, you got a solution. So you leave it alone. Why push? Why bother? I've got it managed. I'm taking pain pills. So you don't bother. You don't go at it as aggressively as you would if you were.
But the thing that nobody wants to talk about with these pain pills is like, yeah, you've got it managed, but meanwhile, the rest of your life is eroding away.
You just said it perfectly. Thank you. That's exactly. You don't have a memory of it. You're not experiencing it, and you're really not participating, even though the pills advise you to think that you are. And that's the deception. Pain pills, when I look at them, I see a bottle of pain, I think of deception because they lie. There's nothing about them that's authentic. If you take them, the feeling is a lie. It numbs your brain so that your brain can't interact. I just see a lie. That's me. That's after a long duration of taking them. So I see these people who take them recreationally, and they're the ones that I see a problem with. Why are they drawn to such a thing? They're drawn to the deception. People that take them for a dental or a medical reason, great. Take them but have an exit strategy. And people don't seem to think that through before they take it. My hope is that Skills Not Pills can put that message out. That's what really needs to be in the forefront of their thinking before they pick up the first one. I always ask recovering addicts, which one was the one that got you addicted? You've taken them a year before that, and you took the next one, and now you've got an addiction problem.
Yeah, okay, I like that point because the point is we all think we're strong enough and smart enough that, I would never get addicted to those. Like, I don't have addiction in my being. Like, I'm fine. I'm not going to be addicted, right?
That's for somebody else.
All think that, okay? I just want people to realize that. Your brain's telling you that. We all think that. That's called ego. And if you want to be really smart, you put that aside and you say, wow, okay, I recognize in any moment there's a potential that I could get sideswiped by something I didn't know was going to happen to me. And then going to have to deal with it, right?
Well, my question to the user, especially to the recreational user, is which pain pill that you take is going to be the one that separates you from recreational use to addiction? If you can tell me which one, then I'll believe you. But I don't think you can tell me because I don't think you know.
It's almost like, Dave, we're going to need like the next, AA for opioid addiction, right? I mean,
I think they call that in.
It's like
narcotics. Yeah, but people don't know, and they're willing to walk up to that wall where they could experience addiction, and just not realize what's on the other side of it. I like to tell the story of Jerry Lewis. Remember the comedian Jerry Lewis?
Yeah.
Funny guy. 35 years ago, back in the late 70s, he tripped on a microphone wire or something and he injured his back severely. He lived with it for 35 years. And he called his friend in New York and he said, that's it. I'm going to step in front of a train, go buy a gun. I don't know or care, but I'm getting out of this. And his friend says, why? He says, because I can never get away from the pain.
Mm.
And Mr. Lewis was going to cause his own demise. Within an hour, they called back and he had some kind of a device that they implanted in his back, probably very similar to the one that I have. And he lived through it. But I thought his answer was very astute. He said, the reason I'm going to cause my own demise is because I can never get away from the pain. And I think a lot of people get caught up in that trap. So these state-sponsored solutions, for instance, here in Florida, they just come out with a plethora of anti-opioid laws. You can't legislate morality. People have to learn to hate the pills. They have to understand what it's done to people like you or I and say, I don't want that in my life. It did take away a tremendous number of memories, tremendous number of good things. It took away a third of my life. I'm 62 years old. injury happened when I was 42. And I've got
Wow,
very specific
42.
memories. Yeah.
Yeah, those
For
are a
me,
lot of memories, right? You have kids?
I'll never get them back.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Yeah, the good, yeah.
Those are family.
Family memories. Like you don't get that back. I got to tell you, I experienced the same thing when I was on the pills. There's 13 years from the time my first son was born. And it's very foggy. Like a lot of the memories of my children's lives are foggy because I kind of remember it, but I wasn't totally engaged. I wasn't totally feeling it. And I wasn't totally present. And I'm an artist, so I never wanted to be on those pills. Like I hated the feeling of it the minute I got on because as an artist, I've got to create. And in order to create, I've got to feel. And in order to feel, you got to be present. And I was feeling numb a lot of the time, you know? So I hated those pills, but I didn't know what else to do.
Right.
Because that's what they told me.
If the choice is numbness or pain, we pick numbness. Well, I did. It sounds like you did.
Yeah, but then, okay, but let's be honest. Guys, I'm going to be totally honest here. I took those pills for 13 years and they say don't take any, don't drink alcohol with them. Are you kidding? I had wine. I had people over. I was constantly drinking with those pills. You know, and this is why I say health CEO, skills, not pills, because I know from direct experience that you've got to manage your situation. You've got to choose it yourself and you've got to choose to be well. So you can go through all the motions and take the pills that other people tell you to do, and you can go through the motions and still not be well because you're not choosing it. You know, I'm just saying.
During your pain pill taking career, you just said that it was a lot of things that were sketchy or you couldn't remember right.
Yeah.
Were you aware of that at the time?
I was, yeah, because this little devil inside me said, "That's okay. I know they say not to drink wine with my pills, but, you know," and then I would do kind of that thing and I would go get my wine and I'd hang out with my friends. I would do it anyway.
Well, I'm glad you didn't imbibe too much. And the fact that you're still here says you didn't. So congratulations.
Thank goodness. But yeah, I was a little devil. I really just kind of, it's okay. I'll just go do what I want. And I think a lot of people are like that. They're like, just give me a solution. I can just like do this and I can keep on doing all the things that I'm doing that aren't good for me. So let me just flash forward what I realized when I went off the pills and I took responsibility. And I said, I am my own health CEO. All of a sudden I learned about nutrition. I learned about the importance of exercise. I learned about mindfulness. I learned about, you know, scanning my body for pain and emotional pain. Like, why is that arising? I learned how to process it. There are all these skills I learned because I chose to be my own health CEO. And I'm thinking that that's, you know, what happened for you. You said, you know what? I can't keep surrendering my power to these doctors because they're just telling me to take the pill because it's working. Is that right?
Absolutely. In fact, when they put the spine stimulator in, they told me that we don't know if this is going to work or not. I said, I don't care. Put it in. Let's find out.
Anything, right?
Oh, but no, the skills that you just talked about, emotional, that type of thing. Oh, I love your program, skills versus pills. Oh, those are some skills that I hadn't thought of. But the skills that make someone a living are not that hard to master. You cannot master them if you're on pills. I did communications work for 20 some years. And those skills took a while to learn, but they were learnable. And I could come up with them. And people who are currently on pills right now, if they took 10% of that effort to learn skills, pills wouldn't matter. And that's something that they can't, the package, the deception that goes with the pills is something they can't get back. So I love the program, skills versus pills.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Well, you know what? Thank you so much for coming on with us and sharing your experience and from the inside out. And you know, and I'm sure people are going to be interested in to know about your solution and how you know, how that's working for you and where do they get that if they've also got the same situation. So Dave's information is available at the bottom of the notice. You'll see he's written this book, Cartwheels in the Parking Lot, and it's available on Amazon. And do you have a website, Dave? I'm not sure if I have your website information.
I don't have a website. We have a Facebook page, Cartwheels in the Parking Lot.
Okay, great. So I will actually be providing you guys with that website page so that you can go contact Dave if you want to know more about his solution, or if you're just addicted and you just want to reach out to somebody else who, gone through that journey and understands it, because we really are served when we can talk to somebody who gets it, right, Dave?
If you're addicted, you need to go take a look at it. You need to come up with something. Or if you're dealing with someone who's addicted. I talked to a number of parents who don't know what to do about their children who are buying pain pills, and they think it's normal. And they're watching their children go away.
And that makes me sad, Dave, because the brain of a child is not fully formed until they're 25. That's why I stood in the way of my kids being put on medications, because I said, no, their brains are not fully developed until they're 25. I'm not going to do that to my kid.
Wow, so it was wisdom on your part.
Because I went through it, because I had already gone through it myself, and I knew what those things do. So
why do we have to go through it? Why can't we convey it to people so that they don't?
I don't know why people have to do it themselves. Like, why do teenagers have to be rotten? I don't know. Hopefully people can just learn from other people's experiences, but that's what we're hoping with this movement, right, Dave? We're hoping we share enough stories that we trigger people to just listen,
That's my hope. Carrie, it's been wonderful spending time with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I look forward to talking to you again soon.
All right. Thanks a lot, Dave. You guys have a great one out there. And remember, September 10th, 7 to 8:30 p.m. CST for our first live event on Skills Not Pills movement, our membership. And it's free for you guys to check it out. Dare to believe you can heal. Check it out at www.skillsnotpillsmovement.com. And I'll see you guys later. Actually, tomorrow. We have another interview tomorrow. So tune in. Bye, guys.